Etra-chan saw it. I'm Tokusa, a second-year university student. I'm currently living with my parents at home. I'm home! Oh, my brother was supposed to come home today.
Welcome home, Hinagi.
You both look well. I have a brother who's 5 years older than me. A few years ago, he moved out when he started working. But since he lives in the same city, he often comes back to my parents' home like this. Hey, welcome home! Hey, Tokusa. For real? Oh, right. So I have something important to tell you today.
Oh, what is it? The important thing? Did you win the lotto?
Actually, I'm thinking of getting married. Oh, I see! That's great! Congratulations! That's amazing! Thanks.
Oh, goodness. Well, congratulations, Hideki. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to have grandchildren.
Jeez, Mom, you're rushing things.
That's not true.
I felt a little uneasy at this point. Not only about my older brother's marriage, but rather about my mother, Azami. That's because... Mom, I'm hungry!
Azumi, what is this? This salty miso soup. This isn't edible. Remake it.
My mother, in the past, endured severe bullying from my grandmother, despite repeated warnings from us to our grandmother, like, "Please stop bullying, Mom!" There was no sign of her stopping. Even our dad, being who he is, never offered any real help to our mother. In the end, the harassment continued until my grandmother died. And the thing I'm concerned about...
Azumi, isn't this just great? Your mother-in-law's finally gone at last. Akane. Hey, now it's our turn. Since we've had it bad, this time, let's take the position of bullying the wives.
Apparently, my dad's sister-in-law, Akane, was similarly bullied by our grandmother. Because she had made such a terrifying suggestion to my mother, Aunt Akane, I never thought that my mom would bully her own daughter-in-law, but...
I'm Hideki's girlfriend, Yuri. I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone better. It's nice to meet you.
My fear hit the mark.
Yuri, how many times do I have to say it before you understand? The seasonings are too strong. I can't eat this. Remake it. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Mom! You don't need to be so harsh!
It's okay, Tokusa. I'll remake it. This is Azumi. I'll do my best to make something delicious this time. You should have done so from the beginning.
Worst of all, my mom started to take out on Yuri the mistreatment she had experienced before. Yuri, who lives in the same city, was called over often. Moreover, my aunt would join, and they would walk all over her. And also, hey Hiragi, Yuri was called over again today. She's your wife, right? You gotta protect her. Oh, it's fine. Things will turn for the better eventually. What a carefree thing to say. My brother, who was so protective of our mother, seemed to suddenly have a change of heart once it was in the same position as our dad. My dad must find the situation bothersome, as expected. So he doesn't want to address it this time either. I can't rely on anyone anymore. I have no choice but to somehow convince my mom. However, why would she impose something on others that she didn't like being done to her? That unreasonable harassment must have been very hard on her. When I think of my mom, I can't help but feel sorry for her. I regret not helping her more. However, the past is the past. I thought it was wrong to impose that on others, so I decided to stop her.
This is Azumi. I'll do my best. This is Azumi. Yuri.
And the next day, I'm off.
Okay, be safe.
Today, both Yuri and my aunt are coming over. If I don't persuade Aunt Akane, who has the same views as Mom, there won't be a bright future for Yuri. Several tens of minutes later.
Good morning, Mrs. Akane.
Okay, they're all here.
All right, Yuri. We're gonna have to get to work today as well. Don't leave a speck of dust behind. Tokusa isn't here today either, so I'll be watching over you closely. Yes, ma'am. First of all, tea. Of course.
Mom and Akane. So they were bullying Yuri while I was away.
Now, Azumi, you make Yuri work hard too, okay? Huh? Is something wrong, Azumi? Let's stop doing this, Akane.
Mom?
What? Mrs. Azumi. What are you saying, Azumi? We endured severe bullying from our mother-in-law, didn't we? Now is a chance to do it back. Yeah, I thought if I did the same thing it would make me feel better, but when I see Tokusa defend Yuri, it's like I'm looking at my old self. I feel kind of empty.
Mom.
Then how are we supposed to vent our anger? Finally, the tables have turned. That makes us the only ones who lose out. That's not fair. Mrs. Azumi, I actually heard about your story from Hideki. What? You've been suffering all this time, haven't you? But it's alright. You don't have to force yourself to take it out on me. I'll make sure that I make you happy. Because I will do my best to serve you for all the suffering you've endured up until now. Yuri, I'm sorry for taking it out on you so terribly. It's okay, don't worry. Hey, Azumi, don't let her fool you. Mrs. Akane! Huh? I understand very well how you feel. Because my mom, just like the two of you, was treated horribly by my grandmother. Oh, I see. Yeah. So my mom, now that my grandmother is weak, my mom's been repeatedly harassing her. What? She says for all the torment she received when she was a new wife, she'll get back 100 times worse.
This is a tea called Swarsha herb tea. It's good for you. All right, let's get dressed up and go for a walk.
It's a very delicate process, just enough to not be illegal, but it's slow and gradual. But even though the roles are reversed, I can't do such cruel things to my mother-in-law, so I want to get along with you without any conflicts. Right, Mrs. Azumi? Yeah. So when the time comes for you to be the mother-in-law position, Akane, please treat your daughter-in-law well. Understood.
Hold on a sec. Everything was going so well, but somehow it's taken a completely different turn?
I'm gonna head home. Bye.
In the end, surprised by Yuri's unexpected remark, everything ended without me having to jump in. And after that...
Hey, Yuri, the cabbage rolls you made yesterday were so good. Can you give me the recipe sometime? Yes, I would love to.
The two of them are completely different than before. They get along great now. Jeez, my brother. What a guy.
Oh yeah, do you want to go shopping with me sometime?
A few days after the incident. And so, that's what happened. Yuri is quite something. In many ways.
Ooh, I figured that's what happened.
You figured? You mean you knew this would happen?
Well, yeah. I had told Yuri about Mom. Mom being Mom, it seemed like she wouldn't be able to seriously bully someone. I figured she would stop eventually.
It seems that my older brother had his own ideas and was watching how things would unfold. I see. So he was thinking that far ahead. I wanted to complain and say, just tell me from the beginning. But anyway, the wife and mother-in-law relationship improved, so there was no longer any role for me to play.
Here you are. Thank you. Yuri, join us as well.
And just as my brother thought, our aunt stopped bothering Yuri as well. They probably won't intentionally bully here. Mom? Thank you for being nice to Yuri.
Tokusa. No, it wasn't for you stopping me back then and again now. I would have become a much more terrible person. I'll be a better mother-in-law from now on, so don't hesitate to bring your girlfriend over. Welcome.
What's up with that? Okay, got it. I was surprised by some of Yuri's comments, but I'm relieved to know that my mom is still the mom I love. Doing something to someone just because it happened to you is definitely a mistake. I want all the mothers-in-law out there to be aware that there's a possibility of retaliation if they mistreat others. Well, this isn't just about mother-in-laws. Also, I'm sure I'm good now, but I want to make sure I don't become a pathetic man who can't protect his wife when needed. The reason being...
Oh, by the way, my dad never helped my mom back then, so now he's super scared of her. Oh, really? I guess I should use that as a reference.
Meanwhile, at my aunt's house...
Right, Tachibana? I won't bully your wife, so you can at least bring a nice girl, right? Right?
Huh? Okay.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。まあ今まで受けてきた恨みを本人に返すとかならまだわかりますよ。相手がやってきたことって自分にとってはこれくらい嫌な気持ちだったんだぞと知らしめるにはそれが一番いい方法だと思いますからね。しかしお嫁さんからしたらただひどい扱いをされたからという理由だけでひどい仕打ちを受ける意味はわからないですよ。何にせよこういう嫁姑問題の解決方法もあるんですね。 結果的には嫁いびりをしてもいいことがないと分かっていただけたわけですから、負の連鎖を断ち切れてよかったです。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また少しでもいい話だなぁと思った方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。